PR today. I don't know what people are talking about needing grip strength. I got my straps on.
What? Are you freaking kidding me? Don't you understand how important grip strength is? Don't you realize that a strong grip is vital to almost every sport?
What do you know? Talk to the strap.
Obviously, you're gonna need more convincing. Let's talk to the experts. Let's talk to Dominate Your Game.
Meanwhile, at DYG headquarters.
Hey Cindy, how are you?
Hey Michael, I've got a guy here that doesn't think grip strength is important for sports. Do you think you could help him out?
Oh yeah, that's a tough one. It's kind of funny you called me right now because I just happened to have my hand dynamometer here on my research card. We're just doing some testing for some of our clients. But grip strength is really important, and unfortunately, it seems to be a growing trend in popular opinion that it's not important when it comes to sports performance. And nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, it's tough to train sometimes when you think about it because in the hand, there's not a lot of muscle tissue. It's mostly connective tissue. And the muscles that are involved with opening and closing your hand are more in your forearms. But it's very, very important. And most people can think that, well, I need to swing a baseball bat, I need to have a good grip. But it goes beyond that. Hands are used in probably more than 90% of sports in one way or another. And having a good solid grip strength will transfer to the rest of your performance. But let's face it, I could babble on all day about the physics and the science behind all this. Probably be better for you guys if you hear from some of the pros. If you give me a minute, I'll get some people to really show you how it's done. Hey, Roxanne.
Hi Michael.
You're looking fantastic as usual.
Thank you.
Listen, got a quick question to ask you. We're dealing with this guy right now who doesn't think that grip strength has any bearing or any importance when it comes to sports performance. Now, you being an elite level MMA fighter, I gotta think that grip's pretty important. So what's your take on grip strength?
Grip strength is definitely important. When I'm doing jiu-jitsu, I need to grab the gi until I can choke them. And when I'm doing MMA, I have to hold on to the wrist really tightly or they're gonna get away from my arm bars, arm drags and all that for MMA, so it's definitely important.
I know there's some research that's come out recently that said that improving grip strength can actually protect the hands from breaking. You get a tighter grip and keeps your hands from getting broken. And I know you have a pretty strong grip strength here. We've tested you on that before, and you've got, what, 42 fights now, no broken hands? So it's got to be something in there. Roxanne, thanks again for your help. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure.
Mondo, thanks for taking the time to talk with us real quick. We got a guy that we're trying to deal with right now who doesn't believe that grip strength means anything in sports performance. I figured with strongman competitions, there's probably a lot of grip strength involved with it. So what's your take? How important is grip strength, particularly in strongman sports?
Grip strength is everything. You look at the event, it starts with your hands. Overhead presses, you're grabbing the bar. Deadlifts, you're grabbing the bar. Stones, you're still using your hands to grasp the stone. Everything starts with your hand grip. And it's not just the hand strength. It's going to be the rest of the muscles that are tied into it. Your forearms, your biceps, your front delt. When you're rolling the log up your chest. When you're carrying a frame up a ramp. When you're doing a truck pull. Everything just ties into one.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but depending on the organization, in some of the implements, aren't wrist straps allowed in competition?
Yes, they are, unless the contest specifies it. Otherwise, you shouldn't be training with them anyway.
Right, 'cause I guess you can't really use wrist straps on trying to lift a stone, huh? That's kind of pointless.
No.
Mondo, thanks a lot for your input. I really appreciate it.
No problem, Mike.
Rock. Funny. Thanks for taking the time to come talk to us about this.
Anytime.
I got a guy we're dealing with right now who doesn't think there's a lot of importance for grip strength when it comes to performance in sports.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. You've been a Hall of Famer deadlifter. I wanted to kind of get your take on what you think, how important grip strength is, particularly for powerlifting.
Grip strength in powerlifting actually affects all three lifts. The meat doesn't start till the thighs.
Absolutely.
We all know that. So that being said, in the deadlift, the grip is the deciding factor sometimes with people. That being said, if you use the hook grip, meaning the middle finger around the thumb, you can actually cut down an inch off your stroke.
That's a world of difference.
Which can mean up to 100 pounds, depending on how much you can pull. Which can also mean equal development in all of the muscles involved in the deadlift. So also, that means more strength in all accessory movements that you use. In the bench press, a straight pillar, which you want to build a house on, means more weight on the bench. In the squat, when it's in the pocket, thumbs around activates the forearms. Stronger base, stronger squat. That translates over any chores you do in the house. And as my brethren touched on, better fighting skills. Better skills in everything you do. Grip strength is paramount in life, powerlifting, fighting, everything that you do.
And that's what we were trying to really drive home to this guy, because like you were saying, I mean, it's obvious when you deadlift, you have to have a good grip.
Absolutely.
That goes without saying.
Yes.
But when you were talking about it transferring with the squat and the bench press, a lot of people don't realize that grabbing a hold of that bar and holding onto it is what can make the difference between a good and a bad lift.
Absolutely.
And of course, if you have a good lift, that means you get a better squat. You have a better squat, you can perform better. You can jump higher, run faster, whatever your case may be.
Yes.
And then grip strength, just everything else.
Yes.
Swinging that bat, throwing that ball.
Yes.
And develop it, I think it makes a big difference. I think you're a great example of
I
that.
appreciate that.
Rock, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it, and keep lifting.
It's an honor.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Cindy, I hope that helped you guys out a little bit. Grip strength involved in 3 really big sports: MMA, strongman, and powerlifting. But like I mentioned in the beginning, you gotta realize, grip strength's involved in a lot of other aspects of sports performance, and at the same time involved with a lot of other sports. Things such as gymnastics or pole fitness, even pickleball. So work on your grip strength, get it developed, and you'll see how it transfers and helps you excel in your sports performance. Other than that, if you guys need anything else from me, don't ever hesitate to reach out. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Wow, I didn't realize that grip strength is so important for sports. I don't need these anymore.
If you like this information, you'll love Arnold Education at the Arnold Sports Festival. Grip strength! Grip strength! Grip strength! Grip strength!